Okay, just landed in the Atlanta airport. You can see the control tower out there. And want to make a quick video before I finish the trip, just with a couple important things about customs and immigrations, and going into from the United States into Chile, into Santiago, Chile, is where your first point of entry is. When you come down to Chile on any of the trips, we're going to South America, in Chile especially, you're going to enter usually at Santiago International Airport. When you get there, then you'll be taking a domestic flight from Santiago, for us most likely down to Punta Arenas in the south area to start our Patagonia adventure. Regardless of whatever you're doing, when you come into Chile, you're going to get a PDI, a little slip. It almost looks like a receipt, and it's important to keep that in your passport. I usually tuck mine. My passport has a plastic cover on it. I fold it in half nice and neatly. It says PDI on the outside, and I tuck it right in there where it's not going to get lost. You keep that with your passport because every time that you check in any hotel, they're going to want a copy of your passport and a copy of this PDI slip. Very important to have. They'll want that every time we check into any of the hotels as we go, and we do move hotels. Each time we go to a new hotel, they'll take a copy of your passport and your PDI slip. It's also important, and another reason that I don't usually carry my money along with my passport. I usually separate those two things, just so when I have to take out my passport, at least my larger emergency money that I have, I tucked away in a secure, safe place, and it's not when I have to bust it out at the lobby reception or bust it out at the airport. I'm also showing all my money. So I usually separate those two things. When you exit the country, you're going to need the PDI slip, and they'll take it from you at the end when you leave. So another good reason to just tuck that in. I usually fold it in half, either put it on your picture page in your passport or slip it into one of the side slips on your passport if you have a cover, and that way you've got it all the time and it's not an inconvenience. If you do lose it, or you do not save it, I guess, it is easy to go to a hospital or a police station. They're in Punta Arenas, even Puerto Natales, or back at the airport, and get a new one made. It's not even really a big hassle to do that, but it is a stop that you have to make time to go and do. Nobody really wants to go to the police station on their holiday and their adventure if they don't have to. So, it's something that we'd probably avoid doing if we could. So the PDI slip, save it in your passport. When you come back into the United States, they'll have collected it. When you do enter back into the United States, any point of entry, whether it's Atlanta, Miami, Houston, wherever you're flying from South America back into the US, as always, you have to collect your bags. Usually, even if they're ticketed all the way through to your final destination, you collect them, you go through customs, you do your US immigrations and customs, and then you throw them back on the belt and they go on to your final destination. So all pretty standard stuff. I know that some of the customs and some of the transfers, especially overseas for people, can be kind of different every place we go. Save the PDI card when you go to when you enter into Santiago. You'll collect your bags there. You'll probably have to check your bags and take a domestic flight to go to your final destination. For us, say Punta Arenas, where we start our Patagonia adventure. But super fun trip, and it's really not that difficult to deal with all this stuff. It's just nice to know what the system is, and that way you can enjoy your holiday and your vacation.